What's up, y'all? And thanks for stopping by the Surge T channel. I am Surge T. I'm not pissed. I'm not as angry as I was last week. But the Miz and Morrison still exist. Charlotte's still there. There are things to get pretty upset about when it comes to Raw. You know, I skipped past the Morrison Miz backstage segment, the in-ring segment, the match. You know, Corey Graves was about to say America's Moist Wanted. I couldn't, skip that fast enough. Now let's talk about Monday Night Raw for, what was it, the 9th of August, 2021? And about time, I thought, as Randy Orton's music hits. After 7 weeks, he is back, and the crowd pops for the Viper. Now, Randy and Riddle, they share the ring, and it's hilarious that the crowd were calling for an RKO. I don't think the crowd cares for much for RK Bro. Yeah, because remember that thing was created during the height of the pandemic and the Thunderdome and all that. Now, Orton asks, what makes you think I want to team with you again? And I couldn't agree more. RKO chants ring out again, and Styles' music hits. He runs down Orton's list of nicknames and tells Riddle he uses people and abuses people. Now, Orton has had enough of AJ's mouth, and Styles challenges Orton, and he accepts. And he attempts an RKO on Omos after he dispatches of AJ, sends him out of the ring. Riddle tries, and he gets choke bombed for his effort. And Randy's just looking at him like he didn't really do anything to try to help. But that's a pretty volatile situation with those two, and we see what happens later on. But let's keep on going. Corbin from SmackDown, he's here. He's still down and out and sings the same old sad song. And he can't get a new shirt because it's beginning to look disgusting and it must smell. I mean, maybe they wash it, but they're able to keep that stain on there. But talking about character-wise and just watching WWE and going along with it, must smell. You know what I mean? It must reek. And but he's there. He's here to take on McIntyre and his sword, Angela. So dumb. I'm not gonna go back into that again, but let's say we stay with his character, staying in character. Talking about Corbin. How did he get to the arena? Let alone fly to the city WWE was in. He can't get someone to give him a shirt from WWE shop. Come on, this stick really is getting old. It's like WWE, a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Hey, there's no shirts there. He can't get something. You know, I mean, it's character. So, but still, look, common sense sometimes has to play, and you're just thinking, really, like, you know, even homeless people can get shirts and stuff from people. You know what I mean? Those good Samaritans out there that do that. Now, in the end, Corbin is begging Drew McIntyre, to not do what he's about to do, right? End of the match. He wants to hit a Claymore. He's setting up for it. You know, Drew calls him pathetic. But he says, you know what? He asks you, how much do you need to get out of that situation that you're in? So $100,000. Drew was like, oh, 100,000. Well, how about 300,000? How about 200,000? How about one? 3, 2, 1, and then he hits the Corbin. Well, he hits the Claymore on Corbin. He eats one, and that's that. 1, 2, 3. Where's he gonna go now? NXT? Is he gonna go to NXT UK? Is he gonna go to 205 Live? When is this pity party tour of Corbin gonna end? Seriously. Now, Randy Orton is confronted, or not confronted, but he's approached by Riddle. And Riddle says, "Hey man, how about you let me accompany you to the ring because AJ is going to have Omos." And he says no. Riddle's like, "Are you serious?" He says, Randy Orton says, "I'm serious, and don't call me bro." And that's that. Now, Jeff Hardy comes out to his No More Words theme song. And I always thought that I was going to be pumped up every time I see it, but really there's no magic anymore when it comes to Jeff Hardy. Back in the day, of course, that was the height of his fame. That was the height of his of his career. And he comes out, and it's just like I still think it's one of the best theme songs out there that they've ever produced. But you know, and here he's going against Karrion Kross. Now, how is this going to go? Uh, I think Kross is going to win. Then Raw will do what they always do: rinse and repeat, and they'll have a rubber match. And well, Kross taps out Hardy in the end, and let's see if WWE will have that rubber match. I guarantee you they will. And then he'll squash him again. He beat him soundly here, made him tap out. Saito suplex and then taps him out, and then he does it over again, repeats it. Pretty much, that exclamation point, that exclamation mark that he wanted to leave. So that's that. Now, Alexa Bliss versus Piper Niven. And the crowd chant Wyatt. Crowd wants Wyatt, not Bliss's version of Wyatt. She even did that weird leg crawl thing, and it looks desperate. It's like as if she wants to do her version of Wyatt's spider walk. Seriously, I think she's doing good work with what she's doing, but the crowd is just going to look at her like you're a thief, that you are doing pretty much what Bray Wyatt was doing, and you got the gimmick, and Wyatt got the heave ho. He got the pink slip. And I hear that he's going to be out of competition, meaning he can't compete until like October 30th or something like that. So it's almost like close to damn Halloween and shit. So, then we'll see what happens. I can't wait to see the character that he's gonna unleash. He can't use what I call it, the Fiend. I don't even think he can use Bray Wyatt. So he's gonna come up with something. The guy has it up there. He knows what's gonna happen, and he's gonna reinvent himself. And we'll see. And I can't wait. But Piper Niven ends up getting distracted by Lily, a doll, and is rolled up for the pin. Little Alexa Bliss was able to pin all of Piper Niven. And I tell you, man, WWE, when are you gonna get that fruit roll up endorsement? Because roll ups are they're the go-to nowadays. Yeah. Is that your go-to every single damn time? Like, it's always a roll-up. You think that the wrestlers would have developed a counter? Just saying. Now, another championship contenders match. Someone tell me what that means. Every fucking time they have this match, one of the commentators says maybe now the challenger can perhaps get a title match. Well, he got the victory. Shouldn't that be a determining factor, whether it be a female or the male wrestlers? It always is like that. When did they start with the titling of that match that way? It's stupid. Unless they're the contender, why are they in the contenders match? It makes more sense if it's the top contender that's in the match, or if it's them trying to get a title shot. Why does the commentators always go, oh, then maybe this time, this way he'll get a title shot? When before that they said that that he wins this match, he'll get a title shot. But then when he wins the match, what do? Oh, maybe he's gonna get himself a title shot because of this for his performance in this match or her performance in this match. Like WWE, it's like they get their wires crossed. The writers want it this way, they want it this way. The whoever's in the commentators' ears want it this way, so they get confused what to say. I don't know. But Ricochet challenging Sheamus. And Ricochet loses after eating a bro kick. Sheamus wins. And then Damian Priest shows up and he gets face to face with the US champ. He backs out, gets out of the ring, and then he tries to attack Damian Priest, but to no avail. Now, Damian Priest takes on Morrison, and I fast forward this match up until when I seen him get the win. Then I went back a little bit. He hit him with the what do you call it? With the Reckoning, and he pins Morrison. I can't stand Miz and Morrison. I'm glad Priest got the victory. Fuck Miz and Morrison and their childish, stupid gimmick. Fuck them. I'm tired of their horse shit. You know, you see Miz in his wheelchair. Morrison's on the ground, on the arena floor, flat on the on the mat, and Damian Priest is squirting him with the dipsticks. I mean the dripsticks, one after the other. Takes the final one from the Miz and does it, and then he goes to, confront the Miz, and I'm thinking, yeah, he went from using the dripsticks to now confronting the dipstick. That's what he is. And then Miz stands up and he runs out of there. You see Morrison going, what the, like as he was shocked. Maybe this is going to be the start of, I don't know, separating the two. Maybe Morrison will be more bearable if he's not with the Miz and not doing that stupid shtick that he's doing, And maybe there's something brewing there. Because he kind of looks surprised and shocked. Because that Morrison has been pushing him around, has been catering to him probably. Morrison's acting, Miz acting like he's injured, so what do you call it, has to tend to his needs. Now, so now this happens. So, hopefully that happens, because then maybe Morrison will be less cringy. Because when he was on his own during the height of his first, run in WWE, he was good. He still had problems with cutting a promo, but it wasn't as bad. Because now he's trying to act like the Miz. He's trying to say all these stupid shit. All these, maybe get rid of the moist crap and all this other stuff that he's saying. Dripstick, all that. It's just childish. Just childish. These are grown men. Stop acting like you're a 2-year-old. But then again, that's an insult to 2-year-olds, because they're probably more mature than them. Now, Damian Priest, he challenges Sheamus to a U.S. title match at SummerSlam, and Sheamus accepts. And then he nails Morrison, or I like to sometimes say Borison, with a bro kick. And he says, hey, that's what's going to happen at SummerSlam. Damian Priest says that to the U.S. champ, Sheamus. Now, the Ascension. T-Bar and Mace. They talk a bunch of, babbling, whatever. They're just not making any kind of who cares. Like, who makes it sense? T-Bar is going to face Mustafa Ali. I hate how they say it. It's Mustafa. Just because Ali says it that way, that's his way of saying it. Doesn't mean that, I've said this before, it doesn't mean that you have to say it that way. Because that's not even, is that how you say it? I don't know. But it's like, it sounds just, odd. It sounds weird. But all I say is, who fucking cares? Really? And then T-Bar does that whole thing where he's got somebody on their back, like in a rack, torture rack. He flips him over, hits him with a knee, and he ends up pinning Ali. And he wins. Whoopee! And the crowd lets T-Bar and Mace know how they feel as they're going up the rampway and telling them they suck, because they do. And it's sad to say, because I like Dominik Dijakovic, who plays T-Bar. He deserves better than this. He does. Dio Madden, I don't know. One who plays Mace. They can go in the ring, but, I read news that Mia Yim got her name back. She's no longer Reckoning. She's now Mia Yim. They let Shane Thorne go, who played Slap Balls or Slap Nuts or whatever. I always like fucking with his name because I don't give a fuck. And then why don't they get rid of them their names and give them back their name? Call him Dijak, T-Bar. Mace, call him Mad Dio. Dijak and Dio. That kind of a little bit more better than their stupid names that they have right now. But let's continue. Reggie gets away from Tozawa in truth. Old flippin' fly Reggie remains the champ. They attempted to pin him. He's flipping and flying and going on top of these, what do you call that? These, what do you call those things? Production, what do you call those? Production things, stuff that they put their damn equipment in and all that stuff. He was jumping on one that was at least 10 feet high. And that's that. Now, the almighty WWE champ is in the ring, and what could he be talking about? Perhaps his match with Oldberg? An MVP implores Gage to tell his father not to show up to SummerSlam, and Lashley warns Goldberg what will happen to him if he shows, and that is he will not be next, that he will be done. And, okay, you know, short and sweet and to the point. I mean, MVP was railing off about why he did what he wasn't trying to attack Gage because he and Lashley are parents. But then they end up saying what they said. So, I don't know. But now, almost isn't good enough to be champ, says Rhea Ripley, who asks, does Nikki have a dark side? Because she hasn't seen it. No, Ripley. WWE doesn't want us to see it. Sanity's Nikki Cross has a dark side. And maybe she should revisit that side in her. Especially if she's going to be seriously, what do you call it? Going to, win this match, the triple threat. And why is it again that she's being shown as to being weak? Has to come from behind every time. I really, really want to see her turn heel and become Nikki Cross of Sanity. Or just bring that out, that insane side of her, you know. Because, the one thing I say about her is that I am, happy that she's a champion. You could put that on her resume, Nikki Cross. Also, at least she has the title that came from the Women's World Championship that they turned from the Divas title to that championship. And of course, the Divas title has a connection to the original Women's Championship because they had that, what do you call that match? That match where they combined both titles, both the WWE Women's title and the Divas title. At the time, the champion was Belina, and she went up against Lay Cool, Michelle McCool and Layla. So at least she has the title. It's not the mid card title, SmackDown, which they actually should change it to the mid card title. So at least the lower level women that wrestle can have a title to aspire for, not two women's world titles. But no, yeah. So that's that. Now Rhea Ripley takes on Nikki Ash. Byron Saxton said Ash, and I go, good boy, good for you, little boy, because we know that if you would have said Nikki Ash, you would have said if you had said that how it's spelled, you would have said ass. But I've said that before. Let's move on. Now, during their match, it ends up that Charlotte attacks Nikki, Rhea first, and then Nikki, and then I guess it's a no contest for this match, and I'm sure. And Charlotte holds up the belt, and I hope this isn't a foreshadowing of SummerSlam. Nobody wants that. I don't care how many of these people on Twitter want to sing her praises and all that stuff, And after that, we come from break, and then we see Elias. He looks to be throwing his guitar into the fire. Maybe he should, because his gimmick has grown stale, and the voiceover for this little vignette actually says after Elias throws the guitar into the fire that WWE stood for Walk with Elias, but Elias is dead. What does that mean? A gimmick change? A makeover? What are they going to do? Even the commentators were baffled. What does that mean? You know what I mean? He needs it. I don't know what they can do, but let's see what they do. Now, Charlotte is the most celebrated woman in WWE, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, Charlotte, this is her backstage talking to Mackenzie. Like, yeah, everyone is praying for your downfall because you get shoved down our throats week in and week out. Stop using the writers' lines to get back at us and act like we are talking out of our asses because we're not. I like how they try to cover up for the fact that everybody is fucking annoyed and tired of her. You're booking her to only be a champion. That she's always focused on the championship. She can't focus on rivalries anymore. Because she's nothing without the title. Stop the whole thing of she's the opportunity. How would she be an opportunity if, like, I'm a damn wrestler in the women's division, a woman in the women's division is going to focus on her to get a title shot? seize the opportunity. That doesn't make sense. It never has and it never will. But yeah, we're not stupid. We know what you're doing, WWE. You know that you hear people talking, and then you try to put it into the script and put it into the damn wrestlers' mouths. But the truth hurts. Face it. Deal with it. And the backstage, Randy Orton says that he's going to do it alone, go it alone, because the Viper prefers it that way. And this is the main event with AJ Styles, who has Omos in his corner. Remember, Randy said he doesn't want Riddle on the side. You know, Riddle does come down. He does stick his nose in Randy's business, and we can add another devastating and creative way to hit the RKO, as Styles was looking to deliver the phenomenal forearm, and he ends up getting an RKO out of nowhere, and Orton gets the pin. Now, Riddle's pushing it. He's asking for a hug. And he gets it. And I am asking for it. And I get it. And that is to see an RKO on Riddle. And you see the crowd pop. And they love it. Randy Orton, that's a heelish thing. But you know what? Not when the guy that he did it to is an annoying fuck. You know? Not as much as Miz and Morrison. I can stomach Riddle. But some of the stuff that he says, dude, it's just like, he's like that fly that won't get out of your face. You keep brushing it away. He's right here. Right here. Like right in your face. You could brush him. He's right there. You know? Or that wart that won't go away. Or that itch that you can't find. You have an itch and you're like this. And like, what the fuck is that itch at? You know? You can't get it. It's like him. You know? And RKO Bro or RK Bro is dead. I hope it is. Let Randy Orton be that guy that's off in the shadows and attacking people from behind and doing his cunning things, being the cunning, Viper that he is, And then let Riddle be the what's his name, the second coming of Rob Van Dam, Pretty much what his character is. I watched old tapes of Rob Van Dam. I go, hey, that's Riddle. You know what I mean? I mean, he does it well. I mean, I admit that. Riddle could be entertaining, but there are times where he pushes it, and it's just like, next, you want to see something else, But I don't know. To me, Raw wasn't rinse and repeat as much, not as much as last week. Last week was horrid. I don't know what they did wrong, but my God, I mean, I do. If you watch my past Raw video, you'll know, But not as enjoyable as SmackDown or NXT or even NXT UK. NXT UK has 1 hour on the Peacock network. 1 hour that they present. More entertainment there than Raw does in 3 hours. Really no match stood out to me. Really, when you think about it, I'm watching Raw and I'm like, what match did I like? What segment did I like? Is there any interest in the triple threat Raw women's title match? How about, what else? What a match? Oh, Goldberg and Bobby Lashley. Is there anything that anybody cares about when it comes to that? Yeah. What else? I mean, looks like Elias is going to be getting a makeover, a different character. He washed, he put his, guitar in the fire. The narrator says he's dead. What does that mean? Just things that you're just like, okay. I'm going like, oh, NXT. What's going to be happening on NXT? No, I'm thinking about NXT now. I'm not even thinking about Raw anymore. There's no lasting impression in your head. You know what I mean? There's nothing. Oh, you know what's happening. But what's happening? At the same time. But, that's my video for my rundown and thoughts on Raw for the 9th of August, 2021. Well, all I can say is I'm looking forward to NXT. Coming at you tonight. Because it's already 12:32 a.m. Tuesday morning. So, we'll see what happens on NXT. But this was Raw. Not much to talk about. and it's like we always talk about 3 hours and nothing to present, nothing to really hang your hat on. Like what happened that you're gonna go? Oh, can't wait till next week. What's gonna happen? You probably know what's gonna happen. But Drew McIntyre's probably gonna finish. He's probably gonna face Jinder Mahal for a sword versus sword match. Like yeah, sword. What Angela, right? Yeah, Angela. Angela. Let's name our swords. Let's name our our stuff that we bring down to the ring. Because Raw, overall, Raw is really like a place where children play. It's like a childish place because of the stupid things that they do, especially with the Miz and Morrison and the damn naming your sword and all this childish kiddie shit. You know? Alexa Bliss, nobody really popped for her because of the whole thing of Bray Wyatt. His gimmick, that's what she has, is his gimmick. So all they're seeing is somebody, it's just like somebody was given Bray Wyatt's gimmick and they're trying to pass it off on this new wrestler guy. No one's going to get behind it. Hello, Diesel and Kane from, when was that? When they decided to make Kane Diesel, or, Glenn Jacobs as Diesel, and then this other guy, they made him Razor Ramon and he looked ridiculous, you know? But, I'm kind of going all over the place, but you know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, that's my video. And for those of you who stopped by, checked it out, appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care.